We talked about the parable of the Good Samaritan this evening, and I think it just bears repeating. The Levite and the priest, who would be like today's pastors, probably were opposed to street mugging. They probably passed that bleeding victim on the road and said, I wouldn't have beaten him up. I'm a pastor. But when they had the opportunity to save a bleeding victim, they did not do a single thing. In fact, Luke's gospel says they actually walked by on the other side of the road. So they actually went out of their way to avoid their spiritual responsibility to love their neighbor, hold back those staggering towards slaughter. I think so many of us today, and I'm not here to necessarily lambaste pastors, but we all bear responsibility. The pulpit has been deafeningly silent on the issue of abortion. Francis Schaeffer once said, every abortion clinic ought to have a sign out front that says, open with the permission of the Church of Jesus Christ. And so many of us drive by on the way to our church, on the way to our job, or on the way to prep our sermon on Saturday night. And we drive by on the other side of the road of our local abortion mill. Whereas Paul said, we know children are being killed. We know image bearers are having their arms ripped off their body. We're supposed to not be single issue voters. We're supposed to protect all life because we're pro-life. And so therefore we'll turn a blind eye to the state-sanctioned slaughter of 1 million babies in order to improve quality outside the womb. No, this is outrageous. This is scandalous. If we don't get the right to life right, we're not going to get any other rights right. And we're going to continue to see a government that denies the first and most important of all rights to encroach on every other right that flows from that right. So we should be opposed to abortion for unselfish reasons because we're Christians and these are our image bearers, but also for selfish reasons. Because if that government doesn't get that right, and we don't hold them accountable to get that right, they're going to encroach on all of our other rights. This is not the last best hope spiritually, only the gospel is that. But America is the last best hope for many other ways, for protecting liberty, for protecting life, and for being a bastion of hope that's built on the premises of natural law, which come from our Creator. If we don't get that right, what kind of nation are you going to hand to your children and your grandchildren?